playing with my money, man.
I told you to quit betting.
I haven't bet in forever. This is the first bet I've made in probably like a year.
Don't bet on it. I mean, you might as well just steer clear of betting on humans. I'm telling you. I'm
God
telling you.
damn.
Especially,
5 rebounds. 5 rebounds.
you did hear what I said. Get in a good mood, right?
Oh, I thought you said uh, you in a good mood.
No, I said you get in a good mood.
Can't do it. I start getting my money back. I
I know how
can't do
you
it.
feel when you lose some money. It just fuck your whole day up.
Like, bro, like, come on, bro.
Oh shoot! Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Big Temp with the Cave Cast. I am joined by my co-host, the one, the only, Mr. Mike LaFleur, aka Mr. Game Tight. Hey, this is, I don't know about y'all, but last week during the draft, as a Chief fan and just as a football fan in general, I had a blast watching the draft. I know that sounds weird to a lot of people, but for real, I enjoyed this year's draft a whole hell of a lot. Mike, did you feel the same?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been focusing on and talking about the last, week.
Yeah.
Is the
The,
draft, especially these
and it,
last 3-4 days. So
oh yeah, the NFL draft was. I mean, I'll say it again.
I didn't do no
Nobody.
gaming. I didn't do
No,
nothing. I draft. I
nothing.
ain't touched the P5 in day. I ain't touched the P5 all week
Yeah.
because of the draft. It's crazy.
I'll put it like this: nobody puts on quite a show like the NFL. Nobody.
Yeah, because the
It
NBA draft is trash. Nobody watch
nobody
that
does
shit.
it the way the NFL does. And the thing about it is, I know a lot of people said that this was a weak draft, and I'm telling you, it wasn't. It was a very deep defensive draft. Very deep defensive draft.
Wise, I would agree, but overall, this draft
No,
was not weak.
no,
As a matter of fact, there was a lot of players that didn't get drafted that should have got drafted. Like
exactly. Uh,
I don't know what y'all
especially
think. I don't know.
especially the amount of UDFA's that the Chiefs picked up that I was like, man, these guys could have went in the draft. But
I ain't
no.
gonna lie. There was a couple of them. I'm mad they didn't get.
Well, I mean, that
I'm
comes and
mad.
goes. You got to live with what you get, and you got to make it work, right? But hey, if you guys don't know it, we we've been on this journey for a little bit over a year, and I like to say thank you to everybody that has become a subscriber to the channel. We don't get as many views as some of the other larger channels, and uh, that's fine. We don't really necessarily do it for the views. We actually do it because we love talking about sports and our favorite teams. So if you're just now finding us and you're tuning in, we want to welcome you, especially if this is your first time seeing us, because we would like to have everybody come back and enjoy the topics that we talk about. And it doesn't matter what team you root for. You could be a Kansas City Chief fan, or you can be a Las Vegas Raiders fan. We don't care. Just come and be a part of the conversation. So if you
He
haven't,
lied, y'all. He lied. If you a Raiders fan, listen. You can
I
come
don't.
on the
Hey,
show.
no, come
You
on.
can
I
come
mean,
on the show. But
I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear from everybody. So if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. That way it'll let you know whenever we put out any new content. And if you like what you're seeing after we're done with this show, hit that thumbs up and share this channel. That way it helps us with the algorithm. So uh, I know
if
what
you a
you're
Raiders
saying, Mike.
fan,
I know what you're
you can
saying.
come on here. You can come on the show, show some love. Just don't say you a Raiders fan. We ain't. from? You know what I'm saying? Just keep it to yourself. I'm
That,
playing, y'all. I'm playing.
yeah. So,
But I'm gonna talk my shit though.
yeah, exactly. And I hope the Raider fan, if you're a Raider fan, you come on here. I hope you talk a little shit too. I really do. So I can hurt you with words that you never heard before.
I'm
No, I'm
done.
playing. I'm playing. For real, we would like to welcome everybody. So, Mike, this draft, I want to get into it, but the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about what happened today. If you guys don't know, it is Wednesday. It's April 30th. And the Chiefs made some moves, did some things this week, today, that we really needed to do, right? So uh, they exercised a 5th-year option on Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis, which I love. It actually gives them a chance to operate and maybe work out a long-term contract for both guys. Not only that, but it could possibly, hey, if we're not going to be able to sign one of these guys, let's say things don't work out with the way that they drafted, it helps out a lot as well too. So, uh,
They
with
also cut 5 players.
yeah, they did also cut 5 players already.
Just saying.
Oh, it hasn't even been a week from the draft. It hasn't even been a week from the draft. They've already cut 5 players. So, uh, to
Hey
me,
man.
we needed to do this with Trent and George. Uh, I think that when it comes down to it, you cannot let Trent McDuffie out of that building. You cannot let him out of that building. Uh, Arguably number two in the league as a corner, if not number one. Uh, I just can't see him playing for somebody else. Just
To me,
simple as that.
he's a certified number 2 at minimum.
Yeah,
I will give Patrick Surtain his due. He did just win Defensive Player of the Year.
yeah,
I would say he's the best corner in the league, but McDuffie is definitely number 2. I'm not
yeah.
putting nobody else ahead of him. So
So I think that was something that they had to do. The Chiefs did, and Brett Veach has done a masterful job this offseason. Getting rid of Tooney sucked, and we didn't want to do it, but it had to be done just for the simple fact that we needed to get that draft capital. We needed to be able to find, you know, ways to bring in younger talent and get them, acclimated to the system and the way we do things in the kingdom, right? So to me, it was a masterful trade. And for them to get a 4th round pick out of that, if I remember right, it was a 4th round pick. But for them to
yep.
get a 4th round pick out of a guard who at a higher age, you really don't see that very often. So, and it's partly because
Mm-mm.
he's still playing at a high level. That's why.
It hasn't happened. I think they said that a guard hasn't been traded for that high of a pick at that age in like I think it was like at least 10 years or something higher, something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
doesn't it doesn't happen like that. So I'm excited for it. I think that Brett Veach has done a wonderful job this offseason. And with that being said, I'd like to get into the Chiefs 2025 NFL draft and the players that were selected to come and be a part of this dynasty. This dynasty. And the very first pick, everybody, we got what we needed. Offensive tackle, Josh Simmons out of Ohio State. Uh, 6'5", 317-pound bruiser. 2024 started at left tackle, suffered a season-ending torn patella tendon in October. Uh, as far as what his accolades are, he has been third team All Big Ten this year, CFP national champion. Uh, did start his career at San Diego State. Uh, he has a high upside. Pass blocker with athleticism and strength. Durability, it was a concern, but I think that was just partly because of what happened with that knee this past season. So I graded this pick as an A plus because it was a concern that we had at left tackle and we needed to get younger at that position long term. A guy that we could actually put there and have long term, right? Now, I know we got Jalen Moore in free agency, who's still a young left tackle, and he came from San Francisco starting behind Trent Williams, and he learned a lot. Good player. How he will perform, don't know. We'll see what happens. But all signs point towards him being a serviceable, if not very good, left tackle. Paid him $30 million to come to Kansas City for 2 years. I feel like Josh Simmons doesn't have to worry about coming in and starting right away, right? Now let's say he gets into training camp and everything is looking good and that knee is fine and he just comes out there and he is a fucking problem for everybody in training camp. Do you think he winds up getting a nod to start? I don't.
No,
I don't think he gets the
no.
nod first. I think they're going to give Jalen Moore a chance, right?
You
So
don't
that's
pay Jalen Moore
yeah,
$15 million a year for him to not start.
yeah.
He will be
So
starting.
that's how
Like,
that's how I looked at it. That's exactly how I looked at it. I was like, that's not
and then on
happening.
top of that, you want to give Simmons as much time as he needs, bro. You don't want to rush it,
Oh,
even if he looks
definitely.
good.
Even if he
Yeah,
looks
even if
good.
he looks good, you don't need to play him. Now, if it comes to a point to where you need to play him, bearing injury or something like that,
Yeah.
okay. But no, he doesn't need to play. So no, I don't see that happening.
Well, after the first round, the Chiefs had another pick in round number two. Pick number 63, Omar Norman Lott, defensive tackle out of Tennessee. 6'3", 290-pound defensive tackle, and he's a little bit undersized, they say. Uh, I mean,
We've
I
seen
guess
undersized D tackles be good. I don't want to
I
hear
have
that.
to. I don't think that's going to be a
Like
problem. I don't think that's
he'll
going
be
to be a problem.
fine, bro.
Uh,
Hey, he's a
2020,
hell of a pass rusher. That
he
his
is.
pat. Look,
He
pass
had a he
rushing.
he had the highest pass rush win rate in college football last season.
Yeah,
So,
I
uh,
think I think as the on the edge, there was edge rushers that had because I think Mike Green's was like 22%.
yeah.
His was like 19. But like as far as the DTs, you're
As
right.
far as
Yeah,
DTs, he was the highest. Uh,
yeah,
in 2024, for the Tennessee Volunteers, he was a key rotational defensive tackle. Uh, had flashes, they said, flashes of interior disruption. That's one thing I want my defensive tackle to have, interior disruption. That's the
and I'll
one thing I
add
want.
because I've seen people talk about like he didn't play a lot. He wasn't a starter. They
Yeah,
couldn't play him. And to me, because I was actually watching a lot of the stuff that like the coaches have been saying about him when he was at Tennessee,
yeah,
and even he himself. It's not necessarily that it's the player. It's just about how Tennessee does their defense and how they scheme things up.
yes,
So him not playing all the time wasn't necessarily just because he was just trash at being a run defender. It's just that was the way that Tennessee kind of went about things.
that's
So
how
I
their
would
scheme
keep that in
was.
mind.
Their
Yeah,
scheme was to
because
run them in at different
yeah,
times.
because there I've seen plays where like yeah, it wasn't on the early down, but it was a run play. And he did really good. That's why I was just like,
Yeah,
I don't think he's as bad as people make it seem
I don't think he's that bad.
as for him as a run defender. So
I think he's a good run defender that he just has to have a chance to actually play it more often.
right.
So
Yeah. So
they did put in here that there was some draft notes about Omar Norman Lott. They said he's a physical presence with raw pass rushing tools. He's seen as a developmental interior lineman. That is true to an extent, and I want people to understand that is not necessarily what he is. He has the tools, but there are things he's going to have to learn on the next level to be better and be able to stay on the field longer. We all know that because he's a rookie. Simple as that, right?
isn't
So,
that? Isn't that a given for most players that get
Pretty much,
drafted?
and that's
Like
that's why I say
people
sometimes when
say,
I sometimes when I
people
read
say
the
the
notes,
stupidest stuff, bro.
sometimes when I read the notes, and here's what's bad. I'm sitting up here and I'm trying to get this information, and I'm like, okay, these are the things that they're saying. I looked at him and I said, of course, he's going to have, some drawback just for the simple fact that he's not played on this level. He's playing bigger, faster, stronger guys, uh, guys who have been in the league, for some time. Very rarely will he ever go up against a lot of rookies on the offensive line. It's not going to happen a lot. So, uh, but yeah, I mean, that's a given. That's a given. In round number 3, the Chiefs selected another defensive player, and this was at pick 66. So about 3 picks right after Omar Norman lot, right? Uh, or excuse me, a whole round later. So anyway, Ashton Gelotti, defensive end out of Louisville, 6'3", 275. Uh, for 2024, this past season, 43 total tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, and led the nation in QB hurries. The career stats for him while playing is 131 tackles, 41 tackles for loss, 26.5 sacks in 51 games. That is nothing to sneeze at. That dude has been putting in some damn work. He's been
And he
putting
be
in work.
creating. He gets pressures.
He
That's the
gets
thing with
pressures.
him.
Uh,
He
he
gets a lot. He
was
gets pressures.
he was second team All ACC, and they have on here explosive edge rusher. I say he had a lot of versatility as well. That's my take on him. Yes, he is explosive, but I say he's a versatile and explosive edge rusher, and he has a high motor. I looked at a couple of the you know the highlights as far as what he was able to do, and this guy's motor does not stop. He reminds me of a George Karlaftis a lot, but stronger. I think he's stronger than George. Uh, he could be a very
I think he's more
early.
explosive too.
Yeah, I think he could be a very early contributor to this defense. And I'm saying that because his tape warrants that. If you haven't been able to watch Ashton Gelotti, go and look at some of the Louisville film and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. He is a problem. And he's a Spags kind of guy. Spags loves those big, powerful defensive ends with a little bit of burst on them, explosive guys. Uh, round 3, pick 85 is one of my favorite picks in this draft because I've always been a kind of DB guy. Is Nohl Williams, cornerback out of California, 6 foot, 199 pounds, and for the 2024 season, he had multiple interceptions and an 80-yard kick return for a touchdown. Consensus All American, first team All ACC, and ball hawking corner. This dude is a ball hawk. Hey, if you haven't seen a ball hawk, once this guy gets on the field, you're gonna know what we're talking about. We haven't had a ball hawk in Kansas City in a minute. We have not had a ball hawk in Kansas City in a minute. And this the one thing that we have actually needed is a guy who can turn the ball over and give us extra possessions. That's what I've been waiting for. If you match him up with Trent and Watson and the rest of that DB room, oh my God, I can't wait to see this dude in action. I cannot wait to see this dude in action.
We got
Got
we got 4 legit corners now.
Oh yeah, him and Christian
So
Fulton, Trent McDuffie, Jaylen Watson, and
and
now
Watson.
Nohl. Oh my God, this is going. This might very well be one of the best preseason on paper cornerback rooms or DB rooms in the league. It could be. It might be right up there with Denver's. Denver's DB room is pretty good right now too. I'll give it to him. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, he has a lot of physicality, and he can play man. He can play man, and I love that about him. You can leave him on an island, and you don't have to really worry about him. Last year, with a couple of guys, we could not leave them on an island. And that's just how it works. He's one of those guys you can do it with. So, one of my favorite picks in this draft. I love the fact that we were able to pick up a ball hawk like this.
Yeah,
Physical. Oh, yeah, I
I just
love
want to say Joshua Williams.
it.
Yeah,
Don't.
it ain't looking good, brother.
It doesn't look. I mean, I hate to say that, but if nothing else, this is going to breed competition in that DB room. And I'm telling you,
No, I
no,
get it, but
he may not be. Ooh, Joshua Williams, you. It may
ain't
not.
no.
It may not be in
It's
your
either gonna
favor.
be it's either gonna be him or Najee Johnson.
Yeah, and I hate to see that because I, I,
If
I
not,
appreciate.
if not both, to be honest. Because wait, you got Fulton, Trent, Watson, and then you got Williams. That's four.
Yeah,
But I like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Christian Roland is gonna make the team.
I do too. I think Christian
So
Roman
that's
Moss is going to make.
five.
Yeah, that's five.
You
Yeah,
got room for maybe one more
yeah.
as far as corners go.
As
Just
far as
corners.
corners, I don't know, man. It's
I
hard
don't
to
know.
say, man. It's hard to say. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. But I know Noah Williams is gonna be a problem for for them to not put him on the field is it's I just don't see it. He's that good. He is that
Oh,
good.
he's gonna play. Yeah, you
Yes.
know that.
In round number 4, the Chiefs they did select a wide receiver, and it was a hell of a pick. Pick 133, Jaylen Royals out of Utah State, 6 foot, 205-pound wide receiver. 2024 highlights basically second team All Mountain West deep threat with solid hands and yards after catch skills. This guy is a problem and may be the steal of the draft at wide receiver. He may be the steal of the draft at wide receiver. You remember when we picked up Rashee Rice and people were like, well, he wasn't on our radar. And what happened that rookie season he came out with the Chiefs? Boy, I'm going to tell you right now, they added another speedy wide receiver, but not only is this guy speedy, he is solid and well put together. This dude is a tank. Now, he was first team 2023, second team 2024, All Mount West. Reliable target with vertical ability and polished route running. This is what they wanted. And this guy can play every position on the field at receiver. He can play the X, he can play the Y, he can play the slot. Hey, this guy is exactly what they wanted. And I will say this. If you don't know it, with all the speed that they have at receiver, the Legion of Zoom is back, baby. The Legion of Zoom is back in Kansas City. I
So I
hate to
want to
tell
say,
people, I'm hating to tell people this, but boy, if Rasheed, Hollywood, Worthy, and now this dude, you, every one of them are going to be a problem. Who are you going to cover?
I also want to say, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. This could be, and I hate to say it, this could be Rasheed Rice's replacement. I'm just putting it out there. I hate to say it because if Rasheed Rice goes out, like because he's slated to play this year, if
Yeah,
he goes out and he goes crazy this year and then the next year,
mm,
you're gonna have to pay him.
yeah, you're gonna
And
have
wide
to pay
receivers aren't
him.
cheap now. what I will say the Chiefs do have is the injury thing. So he did miss a season, and
True.
you have the thing, the situation with the accident or whatever. So
Yeah.
they could kind of be like,
Yeah.
you missed most of the season. You did this. You might have to
Yeah.
take a little discount. So, but I'm just saying,
Don't talk
it
about
is
that
on the
right now.
board.
Don't talk
I'm
about
just
that right
saying.
now.
Hey,
Don't
look, I
talk
gotta
about
look.
that
I
right
gotta look at the bigger picture, man. You know what I'm
I get
saying?
it.
Like,
I get it. But
I'm
I'm
just
going to say
saying.
this.
I would love to keep Rice long term. Don't get it. I love Rasheed Rice, but I'm just saying,
I'll put it
if
like
if
this.
This Rose kid is what I think he is. Yeah, I'm
It
just
could,
saying.
I mean,
But
it could be, it could signal, hey, we're not going to worry too much about. I'm going to tell you right now, Royals
I think it's just
is,
insurance. I think it's just insurance just in case. Like if
but
they
damn,
don't.
that's a hell of an insurance policy.
Oh
Jaylen
yeah,
Royals,
facts.
for him to go in that round and for the talent that they acquired with that pick that late in the draft, that's a hell of a pickup. That is a hell of a pickup.
Yeah.
So,
And
uh,
what they got, he's a fourth round, so it's 4 years, right?
yeah,
So they got this is what we do know. But they got two legit receivers for the next 4 years at minimum. So
true,
and
true.
that's with Worthy and him. So
Uh, I like the pick. I thought it was a great pick. I thought for the value that we got for him, the talent that he has, it for us not look. I'm surprised he lasted to the fourth round. I really am. I'm really surprised he lasted to the fourth round. Uh, Pick number 156 in round five. The Chiefs select Jeffrey Bassa, linebacker out of Oregon, and this was a surprise pick for me. I'm just gonna
man,
say that.
I thought they was getting a running back right here.
This was a surprise pick
I
for
was like,
me.
wait, what?
Yeah.
What's going
Now,
on?
I'm only reason I'm saying that is because, and I get it now because I had to drop back and look at it and see how and why Veach did this. But now I understand because there is a possibility that Tranquil will not be there next year, right? Um, Jeffrey Bassa, 6'1", 232 pounds. He is a converted safety. Used to be a safety, now played the linebacker position. 2024 season, Fiesta Bowl defensive MVP with 8 tackles. Second team All Pac 12. And he is a hybrid linebacker with coverage, chops, and sideline to sideline speed. That is the one thing I'm going to say I appreciate about Jeffrey Bassa most. He is a great coverage linebacker. And he can tackle. I will give him that. He can tackle. But it was a surprise pick for me. I did not think that they would be drafting a linebacker in this draft,
Yeah, me neither.
but I don't think that you
It
could
caught
have
me
went
off
wrong.
guard.
They caught me off guard
Oh,
for
what's going
sure.
on with my camera?
I
Hold
don't
on,
know,
hold on,
but
hold on.
you disappeared there, buddy.
I don't know why my camera just turned. I don't know why.
Oh, did you move a certain way? Do you have one of those cameras where it moves when you move?
Man,
Yeah, you probably do, don't you?
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Uh, the thing about Jeffrey Bassa is I like the fact that they were able to. Uh, I don't know if anybody else is noticing how a lot of these linebackers are getting smaller. You know, it seems to be something happening a lot here recently. Uh, they got a lot of guys who are, you know, not as big as the traditional linebackers that we are used to seeing in the days past. So uh, I'm glad that they went with a guy who's a better coverage linebacker and was going to be
Wait,
able to.
you think he's small?
Well, he is small comparatively to what the linebackers we have seen in the past, right? Nick Bolton is small. He's even smaller, but Nick Bolton has played linebacker pretty much his whole collegiate and professional career. Uh,
I mean, 6'2",
yeah,
236. I mean, that's
yeah,
pretty
that's what I'm
decent, man.
saying. But Bosa was a safety. He is a converted safety. So he was a safety, and they converted him from safety to play linebacker. I don't think he's small, small, but I think he's smaller than what the norm has been in days past. Right here within
Man,
the last here within the last 5 years, we've seen the linebackers get smaller, just a little bit.
I actually don't agree though,
You
because
don't?
like even when no, because think about it, like maybe in terms of weight, maybe a little bit,
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking
10,
about. Is weight.
maybe 10, 15 pounds, maybe.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
what's
mean,
happening.
even I think Luke Kuechly was like around that same height and weight. I think he might have been a little bit taller, like an inch taller.
I think Keekly was about 6'2", 6'3", but I think he was about 240 to 245. I could be wrong, but I think he was. But
It
like I
says
said,
235 right here. So yeah, it's about the same. I think he's like an inch shorter, but
yeah. So like I said, the linebackers, they're just it's like they're creeping down as far as weight goes. They're getting a little bit speedier, uh, can cover better. And I mean that's apparent because you have guys like, I'll put it like this: Nick Emenwari, who got drafted by the Seattle Seahawks, is a safety, but they'll probably use him a lot as a linebacker and some sub linebacker coverage, right? And that's to be expected. So uh, I enjoyed the pick, though. I did not expect it, but I did enjoy the pick. So at round number 7, pick 228. This was Mike's favorite pick throughout this whole draft. I think I saw
man,
him jump through the TV screen when they announced it. He was so happy about this pick. Brashard Smith,
listen,
running back, wide receiver out of SMU, and this kid is dynamic. I can't say enough about him. He is dynamic. Height 5'10", 194 pounds. 2024 season, he was first team All ACC. He is a versatile offensive weapon and kick returner, punt returner, whatever you need him to do. The dude can do it. This is a bad brother. And let me tell you, they refer to him as the Swiss Army knife of offense, with value as a slot receiver, and they can use him as a gadget back and a return man. I've watched this dude's tape a lot over the past couple days, and the one thing I will
I've been
say,
watching my new TV show.
I'm gonna
Shit,
tell you, this dude is his vision for a guy that only played college running back for one season is incredible. For I mean, this might be the
it's the best
steal.
pick in the draft.
This might be the steal of the draft besides the Jaylen Royals. But I really think this guy can do more. And listen, if y'all don't know it, this guy started at Miami. So he was at Miami for a couple seasons, and the coach left there. And when he left, uh, Brashard decided to go with him and went to SMU. They had 10 wide receivers on the team, and no running backs really. The coach asked Brashard, could he play running back? He said, yeah. He didn't want to. He was a little hesitant about it, but he did it. Comes out this season over 1,300 yards rushing, 14 touchdowns, and then over 350 yards. I think it was 350 yards receiving. I mean, this dude
Hey,
can do
listen.
everything.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna say this. Look, the dude had a 90.3 overall grade
My God.
in
Ooh,
2024.
ooh, boy.
Just to put that in perspective, right? Marion Hampton had an 88.4 grade in
Hmm.
2024.
And he went where? He
He
went
went
to the
he went the
Chargers.
first round. Yeah,
Yeah,
to
he
the
went to the
Chargers. Yeah,
Chargers.
yeah. So like, look, man, this gonna be the Chiefs. Look, this Chiefs RB1, man. It's gonna happen. I'm trying to tell y'all. He's the most talented running back on the team as we speak.
Yeah, right now he definitely is.
Right now, he is the most talented running back on the team. I still obviously they're going to go by committee. I don't think that's changing.
I
The
don't
league
either.
is going that way anyway, so it's definitely going to be by committee. But what I think is going to happen, I think he'll start off. They'll probably get his feet wet in the return game.
Yeah.
You know, get him the ball a couple times, let him get his feet wet, and then he'll gradually kind of get some snaps at that, in the backfield. And I think he's going to eventually be their third down guy. Like,
I will
or
say this, Mike, because I know how much you love this guy, and I love him too. I think you're really high on him. But I will say this. I think he needs to gain about anywhere between 7 to 10 pounds. If he gains 7 to 10 pounds of muscle, this guy is gonna be a problem. I'm telling you.
I think it depends on like it really just depends. I think he'd be solid at 200, like right at 200. I think he's like 194 or something like that.
Yeah,
Um, and then like if you use him, you get him like because I think they give like with Gibbs and like the truck with him and Montgomery. I think Gibbs gets about 10. I think he averaged like 17 carries this year. But before that, he was getting like 10 to 15 carries a game,
yeah.
which is perfect for how that body style. You don't want to give him too much, and then it's not too less to where you feel like you're not really using them enough. That's I think that's the perfect amount of carries to give. So uh yeah, man, he just gotta get that technique right on the. If he gets the technique right on the pass blocking,
Oh
look,
man.
listen, y'all, look, and like you said, if he does that, let's say he gains another 10 pounds. I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna happen this year, but
Shit, if he
if
even if he
he
puts
does
on
that,
6, let's say he puts on 6 right
yeah,
now. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know, by the time he gets into his second season, he's at 205, maybe 210. I'm even better
yeah.
with that.
And look, people keep saying, well, if he was that good, like, well, why did he last that? I'm gonna tell you, the reason why he lasted to the seventh round is only because he only had 1 year at running back. If he had 3 years at running back
He would have
and
been
he
gone
put up
first round.
similar numbers,
He would
he
have
would
been
have been
gone
a
first
first
round.
round pick. He would have been a first round pick. The only reason why he didn't go higher is because he only had that 1 year at running back. So
I will say
yeah, that's
this.
that's my
I think
favorite.
that
That's my favorite pick of the draft, though, man.
I think
That
that if
dude.
you are sleeping on this guy, you got to remember who he's playing for now. Andy Reid will find a way to use a weapon. He will find a way to
But
use a
Dad,
speedy, versatile weapon.
it's not even just him though. Because think about it. While we know we see what his talent is, but people aren't factoring that his talent on top of what everything else is going to be on the field.
Oh God,
So
yes.
if you got him on the field, and then you got Xavier Worthy out wide, you got Rasheed Rice out wide, and then you got freaking Jaylen Royals and Hollywood Brown, bro. Somebody's gonna be open. Like
Yeah.
you can't cover all, and then you still got Travis Kelsey, bro. Listen,
And what we didn't say, Mike, what was his 40 time?
that's what I'm saying. You're in a 4.39, like, bro.
So not only do you have speed on the outside, now you have speed in the backfield. And he was a converted wide receiver. And he runs great routes.
Yeah,
So
exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. And it's not even that he's just fast either, because like when we talk about speed, Pacheco has speed,
yeah,
but this dude has explosiveness though. Like he can make dudes miss. He's very
yeah,
shifty. You
definitely.
know what I'm saying? So he's not one of them dudes that like his. And this is one of the knocks on Hampton. It was because like he's so big,
He
right?
got slow feet. It takes him a while to
Yeah,
get
he's got.
started.
Yeah, and not only that, if he has to stop and make a sudden move, it
Yeah.
takes him so long to get going again. This dude he stops and he's right back at that same speed in an instant, bro.
I watched
So
I watched that film that you sent me, and I remember watching it. I'm going, this dude stopped on a dime in between two defenders and accelerated immediately to top speed again. It
that's what I'm
was
saying.
it was so incredible watching his tape. I'm like, how in the hell did this guy drop to the seventh round? And like you said, it's because he had one season at running back. That's why. And I can tell you,
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? He does one thing that Kareem does all the time, which is getting skinny and
yes,
sliding through small
yes,
spaces to get that little extra yard, or even to just like squeeze through and just take off.
yes,
Listen,
exactly.
I'm trying to tell y'all, don't be surprised if he starts taking somebody's snaps. I'm not even trying to be funny.
I
I'm
think you're
being
right.
dead ass serious.
I think
He's
you're
gonna
right.
mess around and take somebody's snaps. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I think you're right. And here's the deal: the Chiefs for the 2025 draft class, we understand they focused on bolstering both the offensive and the defensive line, right? Um, they also added depth, okay, to the skill positions, which was we needed that, right? So by adding the depth, notably first round pick Josh Simmons for the offensive line, and we also got Norman Lott in the second round. So the the thing about this draft is that we have to see how well only one of the players is gonna, come out of this injury, but it seems to be on the up and up, right? It seems to be like everything's looking good. He's getting the clearance from his doctors. Everything is okay. They're taking their time with him, and I appreciate that. We got the pieces that we needed. We drafted for everything that we needed, and then got the best players available at that position as well. That's what made this draft so enjoyable for me.
Yeah. Hey man, you know what's crazy? I was watching it's this dude named Trent. He has a podcast. They do a lot of football,
Okay.
um, like football stuff. And
Okay.
uh he was they was talking about the draft and they was like, who had the worst draft in the first round? And one of the dudes was like, he said the Chargers are getting on Marion Hampton because he's not high on him at all. He said he would have picked Jaden Blue over him.
Over Hampton?
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
like.
I mean,
Bro,
you I mean,
he didn't even have Hampton in like the top like seven, or I don't even know if he was in his top 10 running backs in this draft.
hmm.
And I was just like, I don't know about that, bro. He said for a big back he doesn't finish strong.
Well, you know what? I've heard that
But
too. Somebody else said that.
I don't know, man. From maybe I have to go back and watch his tape, but like from what I seen, I thought he did, but maybe I need to just go back and watch again. But that
I
was just real
can't
interesting to see.
I think the only way you're really going to know anything is when they get into camp and what they look like in camp once they get pads on. And that's going to be a while, right? So,
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
there's
gonna tell you what
anything
though. No, go ahead, go ahead.
I don't think there's anything you can really tell from a lot of that until they do get the pads on. And what's funny about
True.
that is that running backs, I think it, I think it all kind of depends on the system that they're in, that they're playing in. But I also think that you have to remember that a lot of these guys are coming from college and they're getting into situations where now they're at the bottom of the totem pole again. Now they got to work to get back to do they have it in them? Are they willing to work and beat out guys again? Start all over again. I mean, I'm not saying that they won't. I'm just saying, you just have to remember what's their mind state, what's their mentality like, right? Uh, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hampton is a big, strong back, but like you said, and I've said it too, I don't like the fact that once he stops, it takes him a long time to get his feet going again. So we'll just
Yeah.
have to wait and
I
see.
tell you what though, I think the Cowboys reached like hell getting Jaden Blue though.
Yeah, I don't think
Bro,
he
that was
was.
a listen,
Yeah,
I he was an option like late in the round for me.
yeah,
Like if really wasn't nobody left and like late round, I'd be like, okay. Didn't they get him in like the fifth round?
I think so.
Fourth or fifth round? Bro, that's too high, bro. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest with you. I think Brashard is better. Like,
Yeah,
as
I
a
think you're
runner,
right. I think
just as a pure runner, because as a runner, Jaden Blue didn't really do much,
no.
especially between the tackles. They're both small, but I think between the tackles, Brashard has better vision, and I think he has better contact balance for his size as well. So,
Uh, I don't know. I mean, like I said, everybody's got a team, and we're talking about our team tonight. Of course, it's the Chiefs. But in the comments, whoever your team is, if you're watching it, leave your name or leave a comment on who your team is, and tell us how you think your team did in the draft. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you absolutely love one certain player that you got? Did you get a player that you really wanted to get? You know, leave it in the comments and let us know how you feel about the way your team performed during the NFL draft. Uh, I want to say that with this draft, this might quite possibly be, it could turn out to be the best draft that Brett Beach has ever had, besides the one where he picked up Patrick Mahomes.
I'm dead.
it could be, it could very well be the best draft he's ever had. Uh, but that's to be seen. So just mark it down. If this happens and it does turn out these guys are all going to be starters at one point or another, mark it down. Remember I said it, and we'll revisit this later on. We want to hop into some NBA playoff talk.
Man,
Mike,
I'm gonna be honest. Listen, I have a bad taste in my mouth right now because I lost some money tonight, y'all, and I don't like none of these motherfuckers right now. like, like straight up,
oh,
everybody need to lose. Everybody need to lose a game check today because I lost
hey,
some money. They need to lose some money. So
listen,
I'm expecting game checks to be
I
canceled
told you,
for the day.
quit betting on these dudes. It's
Listen,
it's
I thought
hard.
I was feeling good. I was feeling good today. I'm thinking, I haven't bet in a very long time. I'm not. I don't usually bet, y'all. This was a one-time thing, and I'm pissed.
Did you take a parlay?
Yeah, it was like a four-leg parlay.
God.
Four.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then I had another one that was like two. Still didn't get. You know what? Niggas can't get five. This is how I know this generation, this era of basketball. Y'all claim that it's so great and it's all this. Meanwhile, motherfuckers can't even get five rebounds. Five rebounds. How many minutes? Hold on. Let me see this, man. How many minutes they play? Twenty
Oh,
nine. 29 minutes for one player, and then 20 for the other. You couldn't get five rebounds?
hey.
I'm done. I'm done. Bro.
Well,
Jalen Green,
what he
28 minutes, 11 points. Bro, all I needed was 20. That's it. 20. Y'all are so S. You can't even get 20. You know what? I'm done.
Oh, well, listen. The playoffs have actually been pretty good. I can't knock it. They've been letting these guys play. There's a little physicality going on. I still don't like all the threes that are happening, but I'll take it because I get a little bit of the physicality. That makes me happy, right? First round series in the Eastern Conference, Cleveland Cavaliers. Uh, they win over
That was
the Miami Heat
that was
for
too
nothing.
easy.
Uh,
Yeah, that was too easy.
in the East as well, my Boston Celtics have beaten the Orlando Magic and won that series 4-1. Tatum did have 35 points in that game five. And I want to say Paolo Banchero, he got into foul trouble when the run went under, when Boston went on that run, and it was pretty much over. They couldn't recover from that. The New York Knicks versus Detroit Pistons. This series is 3-2. The Knicks lead this series 3-2. Detroit took a game last night, kept their season alive, right? Uh, 106-103 victory over the New York Knicks. Indiana Pacers beat, which we called on this. I did call it. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks, and
Hey,
The Pacers upset the Milwaukee Bucks 4-1 in this series. Tyrese
it's time for
Halliburton.
Giannis to leave.
Yeah, I know you were going to say that. So uh, Tyrese Halliburton did secure the series with a game-winning layup, 119 to 118 in overtime. It was a thriller, and then there was some skirmish and some stuff going on after the game where Giannis done, he's on the court, and then Halliburton's dad comes up. What did you think of that? I want to know what
Oh,
you thought of that.
Halliburton's dad ought to be ashamed of himself. I'm gonna be
That
honest.
was not a good look.
That was a
That was not a
horrible
good.
look.
No,
It
it
was
was.
so bad. It was so bad that Halliburton himself had to tell the media that he was straight up wrong,
Yeah, and I
and he
mean
was gonna talk to him about it.
that's hard to do when it's your dad, But at the same time, he was
Bro, you can't
wrong.
be doing that, bro. Yeah,
And
you
let me
can't
tell
be
you
doing
something.
that.
I'm gonna tell you something. As a father, obviously I don't have any kids in the NBA or in a professional, you know, uh, sports team or whatever. But here's what I will say: I have to understand that my son, if they're in that mode, playing grown man sports in a professional league, I got to let him walk that walk and talk that talk. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. And sometimes, as a parent, you can be overprotective and you can cross the line, right? And I think he just made a mistake where he crossed the line. He was excited. He probably heard some stuff about his kid he didn't like. And, it just kind of came boiling over. He made a mistake. I hope he understands that. But it was not a good look. Giannis handled it about as well as I think you could because he was probably emotional after that loss. And so, here's this guy up in his face talking shit. You know what? They're probably lucky it was Giannis instead of somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Prob-
I don't think
Probably,
Giannis was in the. Yeah, I think the only reason why Giannis probably didn't react a different way is because of how they lost,
yeah.
and he was probably still trying to take it all in as well.
And
So
I also think because of his upbringing, I,
yeah, that
I think,
too.
I think because of his
Yeah,
upbringing. Uh, so I wanted to see what you thought about it. I thought it was kind of, like I said, I thought it was a bad look. And I'm sure he's been all over the news and they've talked about it today, enough. And you guys are going to see this probably on Friday, so it won't be news to you guys. But this is just our takes on it. Uh,
man, Giannis, they didn't lose that series because of Giannis, y'all. Like
no, definitely
that
not.
dude did
He balled
he
out.
did everything possible. And
Yeah,
this is what I always say. It's not about always just losing the series.
it's about how
It's
you
about
perform.
it's about when you lose and how you perform in
Yeah,
that series. If you perform to your ability and you do what you're supposed to do and y'all still lose, oh, that's fair game.
yeah,
Can't get
exactly,
mad at you for that. Especially when
exactly.
you don't really have a team surrounded about you, you know, they ain't really doing much. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The supporting cast ain't really all that great.
no,
We'll check it up. You know what I'm saying? But when you lose and you play like, you know, dog shit, like them 4 year olds at the YMCA or them dudes that think they can hoop still and they 45
the
and
6 foot
they
under league. Is that
terrible.
what you trying to say? Six
Yeah,
foot under
yeah,
league.
man. Like if you play like that, then yeah, we gonna talk about your ass.
Oh
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? So
Uh,
shout out to Giannis, man. He'll be somewhere else next year.
I was gonna
So
say, do you think he's gone next year? This coming season?
I, I look, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know where he's gonna go. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, if he go to listen, I'm gonna tell. Look, if he go to the Warriors,
Mm-mm-mm.
y'all, y'all
I don't
gonna
know how
hate,
they. Yeah.
y'all gonna hate the Warriors if that happens. It's gonna be 2015, 20. It's gonna be 2017 all over again. When KD went over to the dance, people gonna be like,
Uh,
The Warriors is cheating.
They cheating.
Everybody else can get players, but except Steph. Steph can't get no other good all time players on his team. No, everybody else can do it though. But
Well,
yeah,
we're gonna step into the Western Conference, and the Western Conference, Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, they beat them like they stole
not
something.
surprising.
They
Yeah, it's
four
not
zero.
surprising.
It was a sweep. I mean,
It was they beat him so
at one
bad
point,
that Shy
at
didn't even
one,
have to play that great.
yeah, exactly. So,
Like dead ass. But there's a game that Shy barely did anything.
yeah, it wasn't surprising, like you said. Memphis. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna say this, and I know this may some people may not like it. John Morant is not a guy you should be trying to build your franchise around. I don't think he has the
I think he needs a
ability.
change of scenery.
I don't think he has the ability to win like that as a number one. As a star player, I don't think he has that ability. I think if you're right, I think you're right. He needs to go somewhere where they can cultivate that, but I don't think he's ever going to get it in Memphis. I don't think
No,
he
that's what I
will.
said. I think
Yeah,
he needs a change of scenery.
yeah,
Because not only that, like it's already gotten to the point where like in Memphis, like it's just that bad stain in Memphis. Like I just
yeah.
think he needs to change the scenery.
The Denver Nuggets versus the LA Clippers, and we said this. This was going to be a good series. This was
Bro,
going to
the
be the
Clippers,
good.
the Clippers should have won last game,
They
bro.
should
I
have
don't
won the.
know.
They should have won the other night. Denver leads the series 3-2. Uh, the other night, Jamal Murray had 43 points right in Game Five, and let me tell you, the Denver Nuggets, ever since the firing of their head coach Mike Malone, have actually been playing very good basketball. And I don't know why. I can't give you that information. I'm not in the locker room. But what I will say is the team is responding, and that's fine. They're responding. I enjoy watching this team play. But I'm also
Yeah,
saying,
Jamal Murray, they playing good. He been playing
yeah,
like trash lately.
yeah. So I did say, and me and you both did say, we thought that this series was going to be a really good series, and it has turned out to be a very good series. Uh, the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Let me tell you something. It's Wednesday night. They're getting ready to tip
It's
the
getting ready to
ball
come
up
on
for
right
this.
now.
Yeah, they're getting ready to tip the ball up for this Game 5. And it might be Cancun time for the Lakers. It might be banana boat time for the Lakers.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I think the Lakers gonna win this game, but I think the next game they're gonna lose.
Yeah,
So,
Minnesota is up 3-1 in this series. Anthony Edwards in the last game, just a monster game. 43
bro,
points, 9 rebounds.
Anthony Edwards is the prime example of a dude that. Let me put it this way: Luka Doncic. And look, I don't. A lot of the problems that Luka Doncic is having is coaching as well. It's not just him.
Yeah,
It's think about it. This is the Lakers' offense. Bring the ball up with Luka, high pick and roll, see if they can make something happen. It's either that or get one of the, go beer to switch on them one on
yeah.
one shot, and then that's it. Like, that's bad coaching. Why not get Luca off the ball? He's bigger. He's a bigger guard. Why not get him off the ball? Put his ass on the block. Get
I'm
him
gonna
in the
tell you
post.
because it's that heliocentric bullshit that they keep trying to play right now with these certain players. Listen,
Yeah, you
here's the
can't.
problem.
You have to let. You have to. If you don't show him how to grow, if he doesn't do it on his own, sometimes the coach has to.
Yes,
That's how you
exactly.
expand his game. Get
Yeah.
his butt in the post, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Here's
I don't
what
get it. I don't get it.
you're also missing. When because he was able to make a deep run in the playoffs last year, right? And the main thing that people aren't talking about is what did he have in Dallas that he does not have in LA besides coaching?
I rim runner. A rim runner.
He does not have a rim runner. He does not have a guy that can attack the rim off of a screen, fake screens or pick and pop or whatever. He doesn't have any of this shit in LA right now. He doesn't have a guy that he can have run straight to the rim and he can just throw it to or lob it to and get easy, quick points. When he was in Dallas, he had Gafford and he had Isaiah Likely, and these guys were perfectly set up for the kind of style that Luka likes to play. They don't have that in LA. They don't.
Yeah, I just think the offense
It's stagnant in certain
is
times too.
it's stagnant. It's very stagnant, and then it's very predictable because they know how to play that defense when Luka's at the top of the key,
Exactly.
and then it's kind of just okay, figure it out, and everybody just stand there. Bro, I was watching some film. Bro, nobody moves on
No,
offense when he has the ball.
no.
LeBron just stands there. Reeves just stands there. Nobody's moving around. Nobody's doing nothing. It drives me insane. And then people will get on here and be like, "Well, Luka's trash."
He's
Look,
not trash.
he's not
He's horrible
trash.
on defense. He's horrible on
No,
defense.
yeah, but
But
that's what
on
I'm saying. Like,
offense,
it's not
he's
that he's
amazing
trash.
on offense.
Yeah, it's not that he's trash. I think the coach, like when coaches see a player with his ability, it's the same thing with LeBron to an extent, right? When you have a
Yeah.
player with their ability to where they can do all these things, you want to lean on that instead of changing it up from time to time. You can't play like that, especially when you got LeBron, who also ain't moving around, is not coming off
Yes.
the ball to shoot
Exactly.
off, shoot off the ball or nothing like that. That's why the offense be so stagnant, bro. So JJ got to do it. I will say JJ has to do a better job of coaching. And then you play them the entire second half. Are you dumb?
Yeah.
Are you look? I'm not
Yeah.
a LeBron guy, and y'all know this. I
Yeah.
I, I can't stand LeBron. Playing a 40-year-old LeBron for an entire second half is stupid. You
Yeah.
you should be suspended for 2 games for doing that dumbass shit.
I thought that was an idiot fucking way to look at shit, and I thought to myself,
Stupid,
you brought this guy in and you're telling me how great of a offensive mind he is, but I'm looking at him do dumb shit with a 40-year-old guy on the court. Now, mind you,
bro. That was terrible, bro.
look, here's what's bad. So the Lakers are being hurt because of numerous amounts of things. But the one thing that is really hurting them and has hurt them throughout this series is that JJ Redick is not scheming defensively very well to keep Luka from getting to situations where he's getting isolated.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. You've got to
And
do
then
better than this.
and then on top of that, Luka's doing, and that's the thing. Look, Luka's not good defensive. I'm not even going to
No.
try to argue that. But my thing is, you're having him exert so much of that energy on offense by having him do all that he
Yeah.
doesn't even want to try on defense at all
And
now.
it doesn't
He
help
won't even
that you're putting him in isolated situations where he's one on one with a
exactly,
guy. That doesn't help.
exact. And then he's getting double and triple, and then that forces him to make turnovers. Like
Yes,
that's what
definitely.
I'm saying. They gotta get some offense going.
You
LeBron,
know,
I need you. Look, I gotta say this about LeBron too. Look, LeBron, I need you to hit 2 threes today, but I need you to hit 2 of them today. But in general, right? I
yeah.
need you to start going to the rack. You are too damn big. There's no reason why you have a guard on you that's 3 to 4, 5 inches shorter than you, and you're shooting jumpers.
Hey, let me tell you
Put your
something.
booty, put your booty in that man's chest and get busy in the paint. I
Hey,
don't get it. Oh,
let
I
me
don't
tell
get
you
it.
something. The one thing that I tell people when it comes to why I like certain kinds of players and why, to me, guys like Kobe and MJ are the fucking guys that you want on your team. It's because of the mentality. And it's the same thing about Anthony Edwards. Ant Man has the same mentality. He does not give a fuck who you are. He is out there to compete. He gonna talk shit. He gonna make you prove to him that you are better than him, because he don't believe it. And I'm telling you right now, this dude is a problem. The older he gets, the more refined he gets. The better his game gets. This dude is going to be the face of the league. This dude is going to be
And
the face of the
you
league.
know what I like? You know what I like that he does too, that I wish Luka would do more often,
What's that?
is when he gets in that mid range, he does that little I'm trying to remember, he does that like a fake, but
Yeah,
and then he gets his man in the air, and then he puts that one leg up, and it's like a sideways, like he's floating sideways, one
yeah,
leg mid range jumper.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. And it's
It's
a
so
nice looking
clean.
shot. It's a nice looking
Yeah,
shot
it's
too.
so clean, and it's money
Let me
every
just tell
time.
you. Let me
I don't know
just tell.
why Luka doesn't get in that mid range more often,
Let me
bro.
just tell you what the Lakers just did, which was stupid. They just got Luka with 2 fouls. It ain't been but maybe 4 minutes into the game. And the second foul just came on an isolation where Rudy Gobert came down, put his ass in the paint. Doncic is holding him. They let this happen. And Rudy Gobert just powered up and got fouled and is going to the free throw line. Now, this is the kind of stupid shit I'm talking about. There's
Um,
no way in hell you should have ever let him get isolated one-on-one in the paint with Rudy Gobert in the paint. Why? Why? This is the stupidest shit I'm talking about. Hey, this is why I said there's no reason you can give me where you didn't scheme very well defensively. And we all know Luka is a liability on defense, but don't make it worse for him. Don't make it
yeah, because now you're
worse.
you're making it to where he has to work even more now, on top of him doing that all on offense as well.
Just
So
dumb.
I
Just
don't,
dumb.
I don't know what JJ's doing coaching wise. And I'm gonna be honest with you, in the playoffs too, I don't think. Ooh, okay, that was a nice dunk by Rui right there.
Yeah, I seen that.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like in the playoffs, like it's different in the regular season. But when you have two guys that need the ball, like they're used to having the ball in their hands, and when they don't have it, they feel like they're kind of without it.
Yeah,
So you're not really
exactly.
getting much out of them when their ball is not in one of their hands. So it's just like, was this really a good fit with him and LeBron being on the floor at the
That's
same
what
time?
I said. That's exactly
And
what I said.
like they had games in the regular season where they looked really good, but like in the playoffs, it's a different animal though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It ain't looking good. I wouldn't be surprised if the Timberwolves close this out tonight, though. So
I wouldn't be either. And that's why I said the reason why you don't ever give a team confidence with a win is if you're evenly, you know, matched up everywhere on the court. But the problem is that the other team has a deeper bench than you and they can play you, point for point all night while the starters are in. But then when the changeover happens and the second guys come in, and now your second guys come in, well, you don't have any, right? So your starters are still out there. They're winded. As the game
yeah,
goes on,
exactly.
they're getting tired, right? This I don't think it was a good matchup for them to get rid of a guy like an Anthony Edwards and plus the other guys that they got rid of, or Anthony Davis, plus the other guys that they got rid of. Christie and who else was it? It was another guy that they got rid of to make this trade happen. You could have had
I
another
think
two or three guys off your bench being
I
able to
think the one
play.
I think the one that really killed them is Christie,
Yes,
because that's a
exactly.
dude. That was a dude that could also create on his
Yes.
own, but he was a defender.
Yep.
That's the thing that you don't. I would have traded. Like if it was me, I would have traded Dalton, put him in the trade instead.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
why he didn't play or why he's not playing or getting some burn during this whole thing is
makes no
ridiculous.
sense.
None.
Like
I
it,
get
it
it,
makes
he's
no
a
sense.
rookie. I get it, he's a rookie, but at the same time, listen, you are in the playoffs. You're fighting for your damn playoff lives. Get this guy
You're
some
fighting for your
fucking
job.
time. Yes. Shit.
Uh,
I'm just saying.
and
Look,
and then on
it.
top of that, LeBron need to start. Look, LeBron, start shooting them jumpers in the midi. Look, we're
Yeah.
trying to help you out. Start,
Listen.
and even if you don't make a few of them, look, just make it a threat. Just let them know that you're willing to shoot that shot. Because if you do, they might, eventually you're gonna hit one. You're gonna hit two. And then you might hit three. And then
I
that
just.
changes the way they play defense on you.
Yeah.
But he
I.
ain't gonna do
I.
that though.
I
He ain't
think
gonna
that
do
you're
it.
asking something of a guy who's never really had to do it or never wanted to do it, and it's too late to ask him at year
Well,
22
look,
to do it.
if he don't want to get that ass sent home tonight, he gonna do what the hell I tell him.
It's gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna. If it don't happen tonight, it's happening the next game. I can tell you this right now.
And
And
I'm gonna be honest. I just need LeBron to score my points and get my 2 threes, and I'm happy. I don't care.
yeah, and listen, Lamont, I know you're gonna see this. Let me tell you something, man. And you're a Laker fan, and I know how you just been keeping hope alive. But Mike is a Laker fan as well, and Mike said, "I can't, I cannot lie that I don't see the Lakers winning this series." Simple as
Oh
that.
no,
I mean, we had
nah,
sometimes,
man.
the truth hurts, but it is what it is. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you can't. Everybody can't beat the Celtics. Everybody can't beat the Celtics. And
Okay,
with
now you're doing too much. Now you're doing too much. Nah. Hold up. He thought he was slick. He tried to slide that in. Everybody can't beat us. Stop it. Stop it.
shit.
I would remind you, we've been more dominant than your team the last like 25 years. So
I will
just
remind you.
saying,
I will remind you. We have won at least 2 titles in the last 20 years.
that's 2 titles. I said we've
I
been
know.
more dominant. Yeah,
I get
y'all
it.
got y'all little 2 titles.
You guys have
I'll
won.
give you
You guys
that.
have won two, or no? You guys have won. I won't even count that. That bubble chip don't count. I don't give a fuck what they
It's a
say.
championship, so it
I
don't
don't give a
even
fuck.
matter.
So is that goddamn
It's a champ.
mid-season turn? You gonna count that shit too?
So you ain't gonna. So that's like us taking out the year that the Spurs won the championship when they had the lockout year. It's the same shit.
No, because they still had to play on the road
It don't matter.
and
It's a
other
shortened
teams'
season.
arenas. It was a shortened season. It was a shortened season.
Yeah.
I still don't count it.
Listen.
We ain't
Yeah.
playing in front of.
Even if you take that out, we
Oh
still been more
my God!
dominant.
Did you just see what happened to LeBron?
Did you get dunked on?
No, just you're gonna see it here in a second. I'm sure you're a little bit behind me.
I was actually on a different window, so I
Oh,
probably did miss it.
never mind.
LeBron,
it's
LeBron, you ain't got it. Oh,
all I
Lord.
can say is this:
But no, you ain't
Minnesota.
slick, bro. I see what you was
I
trying to do
mean,
there.
I tried. I tried. I'm just saying, man. As a Celtic fan, I wanted it to be where there's a possibility that the Lakers and the Celtics meet up in the finals, and then we crush fucking LeBron's dreams.
I'm freaking dead. But
I wanted to
I only
be.
be letting you I only be letting you slide because I low key don't want LeBron to get another ring either. That's the only reason you
Shit.
getting away with this. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Hey,
only reason
I'm gonna
why.
put it like this. I'm so glad that motherfucker never brought his ass to the East
He should have.
in
He should
Boston.
have.
I'm glad he never brought his ass there.
Hey, you
Cause
know what? You
I
know what that means? That just
what?
means y'all gonna get the next worst best the next best worst thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all that means.
Nah,
So whatever, there's gonna be another player that's like
nah.
similar to LeBron, but like even worse, like
What he
LeBron
gonna?
2.0.
Man, get out of here.
Yeah, and then he gonna come to your team and
Nah,
ruin your entire
it
franchise.
won't be for a while. Cause not as long as we got Tatum and Brown and we're playing for, deep into the playoffs. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. So you just have to wait and see. Just
Oh,
have to.
Reed. Oh, I need you to hit one. I need you to hit two of them actually. But
Oh,
nah, man. Like
sorry about that. I had to plug my computer back in. I
I
had my
don't know, man. I
laptop
just
going and No, we'll see what happens, but I think that Minnesota's going to close this game out tonight. And like I said, and if for some odd reason they don't, the next game I'm pretty much counting on it. Uh, I will say, like I said, the playoffs have been enjoyable. I cannot lie. Uh, I have enjoyed the playoffs, especially this season where they let them be a little bit more physical. And that's one of the blocked shot by fucking Nas Reed on fucking
You must be ahead of me
Doncic.
by a lot.
I don't know, but it was a block shot by Nas Reed on Doncic, a 3-point shot on top of that. But then they didn't do
Oh
shit with
yeah,
it.
that's good. Of course not. I need
Anyway, but
Nasri to hit 2 threes.
it has been an enjoyable postseason, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens with the rest of the league as far as the playoffs go, and some more key matchups that I want to see happen. So hey, we need to start seeing a little bit more of this physicality during the regular season. That would bring the viewers back to me though. Anyway, I will say that we got to everything that we needed to do tonight. The things we really wanted to talk about, the topics that we wanted to talk about, hit a little bit on uh, the Chiefs and their current players, the 50-year options for Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis, Chiefs draft picks, uh, and a little bit about the NBA playoffs. And I will say that, you know, when it comes down to it, this has been a pretty busy time right here for me as far as sports go. Yeah, we don't have a lot of football uh, games going on or whatever, but as far as with the draft and you know the NBA playoffs, I've been quite busy, quite busy. So I want to say thank you to
Hey,
everybody. What's that?
hey, look, I was just gonna say, for all I know y'all on here, for all you Madden players,
Oh
for
boy.
Madden 2026. Listen, I know how we was talking about Brashard Smith. If you ever played with him on college 2025, what he does to people on there is exactly what I'm gonna be doing to y'all motherfuckers on Madden with the Chiefs.
Really?
Straight demon. Straight demon. 99-yard touchdown. I might listen, I'm breaking records. That's all I know. So be prepared. The
Well,
Chiefs are gonna be on straight demon time. Y'all gonna hate me with
hey,
that team next year.
if
All
you
that
guys
speed, oh man.
if you guys want to play Mike on Madden 26 when it comes out, we will post his his gamer
Yeah.
tag,
And I
and
don't
you
want to hear
guys can
nothing about
have at it.
I'm cheating and stuff. I don't want to hear none of that because I'm getting the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Now, ooh,
As you
yeah.
should.
You know how much weapons is gonna be on that team
I know.
for
It's gonna be
Madden
crazy. It's
purposes.
gonna be
Oh my.
crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Well, look, we wanted to get to this tonight. We want to say thank you to everybody that has joined the channel and has commented and left likes and even shared our channel. We truly appreciate it. We're a small channel and everything helps. So I'm Big Temp. That is Mike LaFleur. We are the Cave Cast, and we appreciate everybody that has come to the channel. And once again, we hope you come back and y'all take it easy.